Well, you guys kicked off this year playing shows in Europe. So what's that been like?
European.
It's
Very European.
Yes.
It's true.
Lots of croissants and lots of cheese.
You love your food, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, do you know what? It's been incredible. We released both albums in Europe, like places like Germany and Switzerland and Italy and Finland. And, you know, we genuinely... Somewhere in Europe. We genuinely weren't sure how, you know, a European audience would take what we do, and especially, you know, our sense of humour and the way we perform on stage. And, you know...
The way we perform on stage, you made it sound like we're stripping.
Yeah,
We're not tipping down.
Yes.
I mean, the way the Overtones
I will come
perform.
to another Overtones. There's stripping involved. Count me in.
Next album.
Yeah, next album there might be some stripping. But, you know, it's been really great, and you know, they really got what we were doing, and they took us into their hearts, so we've had the best time.
Cool. And how would you compare the fans in Europe compared to your fans in the UK? Is there a difference?
I'm going to say the German fans are really organised. Like, they come with all these printed out like pictures, like a pile of them, and like and form like an orderly line. And yeah, and then I reckon the English fans are a bit more. Is riotous a word? Or like...
End of the day, the thing I enjoy about touring is like we play some beautiful, beautiful venues, like big classic venues around sort of the UK and Ireland and Europe. And at the end of the show, everyone's on their feet dancing in the aisles, on their seats. It just all turns into a bit of a knees up, and it's a big party. So
but that's what you want.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's like people have paid good money to come along and have a night out. It's like you should enjoy your night out. You've paid for this. You've been looking forward to this for a year. Like, it's your night. Enjoy it. Go for it.
And I know it's kind of a little bit, maybe it's a bit cheesy to say, but music is universal, and it doesn't matter. Like, you know, like people still sing along to Gambling Man in certain songs of ours, and they sing back to us. It's lovely, and sometimes you're hearing a different accent sing it back, and that's even sweeter. Like, it's really nice.
Cool. So what are you guys up to for the rest of this year? Have you got a jam-packed diary?
We've actually got another European tour kicking off in about 2 weeks, haven't we?
Yes.
So we go around Germany and Switzerland, and then I guess we start thinking about the next album, which is exciting.
Do you feel like the pressure's on with that next album? Is it quite pressure?
Pressure's always
It is
there,
always
isn't
on,
it?
yeah.
You know.
I think you just try not to think about it like that, and just put your heart and soul into it, really.
Because we promoted the first album for 2 years, and now we're actually, you know, we're doing what a lot of acts do, is do a new album every year. That's the plan. So I suppose for us, now that we're, you know, when we come back, we're going to be in the studio for a few months as well. And I kind of like that, because you get to have a moment where, you know, you're really working hard, and it's kind of the excitement building up to another
music
album.
as well.
Yeah, and it's really great. You know, it's going to be still the best of old and new songs as well, which we obviously write. So I'm really excited to see what the future holds. It's really cool.
Now, you guys have got some hardcore fans on Twitter. They've been tweeting at Bliss TV official loads with questions for you. Sorry we can't answer them all, but I'm going to get through as much as I can. Olivia Spence from Northern Ireland would like to know when you're going to be touring here next. Have you got any more dates?
We are going to be announcing, I would say, I can't say like a definite date, but definitely over the next couple of months we're going to be looking at our next tour, which we're really excited about. So we'd like to tour at the end of the year, but it may be in the start of the new year. So
And there'll always be
we'll
events.
be coming soon.
There'll be events and festivals and stuff that we'll be doing.
Okay.
But have a look on the Overtones.tv, and we'll keep you up to date on there.
They want it now, though.
I know, it's
so eager.
but it's good. Thanks for tweeting in, guys. Thank you.
Caroline from Birmingham would like to know, if you could be invisible for one day, what would you do?
Better somebody else answer that one.
Why? Is yours rude?
Of course, it's mine. Come on.
What would you do?
What would you do?
For the day.
I'd hang out on one of them photo shoots. What are the sexy underwear?
The Victoria's Secrets.
That's what I'd do.
Ladies.
Do you want to come with me on that?
Yeah, all right, I'll tag along.
I'd go up and visit the top of the Shard. I actually think it's a bit ridiculous that it's like £24
Yeah, like, it's like
to
30
go
quid or
see it. Like, come on
something.
now.
That's something.
To get in a lift?
That's a really good one. That's a
No,
good
but I
one.
mean it. Like, really?
You could do anything in the world, and you're
Yeah, want to go up the Shard if you can do anything in the world.
I reckon something like just putting on a pair of trainers and walking down the high street, so all people would see walking down Oxford Street with just like a little pair of
Freak them out.
Nikes or something. Yeah. Just freak them out of it, and then go up the Shard.
I'm going to follow Simon Cowell around for the day, see what he get up to on an average day.
That would be quite cool, wouldn't it?
I just had to pick your next question. Can I read it?
Go on then.
We love the Overtones on Twitter said, if you could be a biscuit, which would you be?
Oh, good question.
Do you know what? I'd be a digestive, like classic. You don't get bored of it.
Don't get bored.
I was actually going to say they're like my most boring biscuit.
Go on, what are you going to be?
Go on, mate.
I'd be one of those. Is it what are they called? I don't know what they're called.
Wagon wheel, you're trying to
Wagon
say?
No, not wagon.
You love those ones, don't you?
They're like a
bourbon.
No,
Custard cream.
all of those.
Hobnob.
I'm going to be a jammy dodger, because hard on the outside, sweet in the middle, bit cheeky.
Am I allowed to say a wagon wheel? Is that a biscuit? Yeah, wagon
Can you
wheel.
say wagon wheel as a biscuit?
Yeah, I think
I'd
you
say
can.
more cakey than biscuit.
Ew. Okay.
No, but there's that big argument, isn't there?
Jaffa cake, is that considered a biscuit?
You're going up there with
I
the-
like softer type of biscuit.
Okay, let's just go with wagon wheel.
I've never heard someone be so
Okay.
controversial
I
about
know,
a
I
biscuit
can't
choice.
decide. Come on,
Now,
Lucky.
dear United Kingdom audience, there's a biscuit in Australia called a Tim Tam.
I've heard of Tim Tam. I've had a Tim Tam.
There's a Tim.
Me too.
But what you need to do, it's a rectangular biscuit. You need to bite the corners off, and you suck coffee through it, and the whole thing just.
Oh
like,
yeah, we got those.
Yeah, no, but it's not a Tim Tam. You have similar things to Tim
We
Tam.
are, we are,
Curious about
penguins,
that.
not penguins, we call
Oh,
them.
pink Tim.
I tried.
Oh, I love
Of course, I tried one when I was
Telling
in
a
Oz.
really
I was
interesting
like,
story about Tim Tams.
a biscuit with my name in it. I was like, straight in there.
Guys, can I tell?
I want to know. Can we
move on from
I want to know what
biscuits
your
now?
favourite biscuit
Come on now.
is.
My favourite one. What's the one with like a digestive, but it's got chocolate on the top?
Chocolate digestive.
I think that's the one.
We call them chocolate wonnies.
It is chocolate.
Is that the one you make?
Best
Darling?
interview anyone's ever done.
Yeah, chocolate digestive.
I think that Mark won the best answer there, so well done, Mark.
Let's move on. Tay would like to know, would you ever do a duet with Michael Bublé?
Yes.
I'd love
In the
to.
heartbeat.
I'd love to. We'd absolutely love to. I'd love to sing with him. It'd be amazing.
You know, I mean, he's just got. He performs like in these stadiums, and he just stands in the middle of the stage. He's got command.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's such an
Presence
entertainer, such a
and-
showman,
yeah.
and he's cool. He's cool. I'd do maybe like a Bond thing with him or something. I think that'd be all right.
Hit him up on Twitter or something.
Oh, Mike.
Hey.
Yeah, hey Mike.
Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Yeah, we're the Overtones.
Why are we all American all of a sudden?
We're not American. We're being Canadian. Michael Bublé, like Celine Dion.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Oh, I love James Bond.
Charlotte has tweeted in and she would like to know, when you're at home pottering around, do you stick on your own album or do you sing?
See, right, when the album gets recorded and it's like the new album, because you record the songs and then you don't hear them for a couple of months
Yeah.
while they're getting ready and produced and stuff. So then when they come in and it's like the finished album, you'll listen to it for a few days. But then after a couple of months of performing all the songs, you kind of need a rest.
Yeah,
So
you
for
need a
me,
break.
it's not the Overtones album. Every now and then it might come on, and it's nice to hear it when it comes on the radio, on the TV and things, but not generally.
I listen to our album because I've never heard an album as good as our album, so
That's
Nice
true.
answer, nice
I just play
answer.
my album because
Yeah.
there's no others that compete with it.
No.
Yeah.
I like to listen to it to make sure it flows, and I
Yeah.
suppose it's when we get the track listing together first. I like to listen to it and know that it kind of goes in, you know, it like has a nice feel and
Yeah.
songs going to each other.
It's quite cool on your iPod when you're at the gym listening to a few songs and all of a sudden an Overtone song pops on and you're like, oh, okay, we did a good job. Go on, boys.
I still sort of had that kind of pinch yourself moment where I sort of flick through my iPod and say, oh, there's our album, and I just sort of listen to it if I'm going for a long walk or something, and it's, I don't know, it's like going back to a really nice memory of recording and producing it and writing it, and that whole experience. It's such an intense time, and then just sort of popping it on start to finish, and like I'm really proud of it, and I'm proud. It's that pinch yourself sort of thing.
Yeah,
it's like,
definitely.
Oh God, we've got like a couple of albums out now. This is cool.
You practice the routine when you're walking down the
Of course
street.
he does.
Yeah. Just down on the escalators, down the way to the tube.
Kaz would like to know, which one of you would like to go on Celebrity Big Brother? Oh, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. If one of you had to volunteer, who would do those two shows?
I think we all would. I think we all would. I would.
Oh, yes. I think we all would.
No. The Great British Bake Off.
No, wait a minute. For the
I'm making hot cross buns.
Okay, that's good. For the for the experience of being in the jungle and doing all those cool tasks and whatever. And
Cool,
pushing
eating
yourself.
like kangaroos,
Pushing yourself.
like bits.
No, but pushing yourself, but not
No
Big
Tim
Brother.
Tams in the jungle, Mike.
But
not
not for
Tim
me.
Tams in there.
No Big Brother for me, because that's boring. But at least in the jungle you're doing something.
Guess so.
I hate spiders, so no jungle for me. No.
No, neither.
So we'd all love to go into the jungle. Apart from these four.
We all would.
Now, if we were talking about Strictly, then I might nudge myself forward.
Yeah.
Oh, Timmy, you'd be graceful on a pair of skates, wouldn't you?
Everyone wants to
Strictly.
do it.
Strictly?
Yeah, but no,
Strictly
dancing on ice as well. That's skating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
Skating across the frame.
Jasmine would like to know if you could be stuck in a lift with any celebrity, who would you choose?
Halle Berry, I think.
Yeah.
It took me a long
Straight
to
away,
think of that.
straight
Did you
away.
see that? Yeah, just, hot.
Go on, Mike.
Stephen
Did I
Fry.
do-
Stephen Fry. I'd learn some things. I think that's a great one.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you're in there for hours, you have a lovely conversation.
You'll have a
wouldn't
nice
you?
romantic meal.
And you'd
as
learn
well,
a
it'd
lot.
be lovely.
Nice romantic meal. Why not?
Cuddle.
Are we doing one each?
Yes.
Okay. Russell Brand, because he's got quite a few stories to tell, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Pass a bit of time.
Just because I think she's nuts and funny, and Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her on Fashion Police.
First one that came was Janice Dickens.
Oh gosh, you're trying to
I think she's awesome.
Stuck in a
She's
lift.
I'm not in a
really?
lift though. I think she'd be in a lift. I think.
Mate,
That's
you'd
proper
be like, for
confined
God's
space.
sake, please shut up.
be like pressing the emergency button. You'd still be here. So I think you would like that too.
I think I would like that.
Who would you be?
Oh, wow.
Is this going to be like that first good question
Apart
again?
from us.
Apart from the overtones, obviously singing to me all day, I'd probably say the Arctic Monkeys just because I'm a huge fan of theirs. So I wouldn't get them talking because I don't really like talking, so they can sing to me for the duration
So
of
they'd
the
have to have their
time.
instruments with you.
No,
No?
no instruments.
Oh,
Acapella, yeah.
okay.
The rest can just bang walls and whatnot.
We actually just did a radio station in Germany, and me, Mark, and Mark came out, and we was waiting
Me,
for
Mark,
these...
and Mark.
Me, Mark, and Mike.
Marky Mark.
We're waiting for like 2 hours for these two. They got stuck in a lift.
Oh, no!
It was some priceless 1920s Art Deco elevator. It's like quite a museum piece, and we pressed.
Yeah, but it
I
was
kicked
his
the
fault
ring.
because I knew he was above
No,
me
you're not
and
touching about
it
it.
stopped and I was like, Lockie, did you touch something?
No.
He was like, yeah,
Mate,
maybe me. So we were stuck there for like 15 minutes.
What was it like?
It was horrible. But we actually, because it was in between floors, we just called it and jumped out.
That's the thing, because this lift hasn't got doors, so like they're panicking and everything, but you can see Lockie's legs and you can see Timmy's head. Because they're
I didn't know you
suitcases
could
are
see
kind
me.
of-
No one came to our help. We were stuck inside an elevator. No
Too
one
busy
came.
laughing.
Too busy having a giggle. But giggling in German was like ha 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 ha.
They're going to cut so much of this
That's
out.
ho ho ho.
Yeah, if they haven't,
like, yeah.
if they haven't cut this out, we're sorry about this.
And thank you to our Bliss TV official tweeterers who've been sending in loads of questions, these lovely guys.
Thank you.
And thank you for answering them.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
thanks for
Thanks for
having
having
us.